This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming has been discontinued during this national emergency. We highly encourage remaining survivor groups to coordinate. Movement across the surface is possible in closed vehicles with their windows blacked out. Infrared and ultraviolet vision is safe. The phenomenon will interlock and cover any moving vehicle, heat source, or structure emanating sound. The phenomenon will lose interest after several hours without further stimulus. When moving on foot, stay under covered areas and move as quickly and quietly as possible. Thick fog or low-altitude cumulus clouds can also provide visual cover, but will not protect from heat or noise. Do not look outside. Do not look at the sky. Do not make noise. Generate as little heat as possible. Move as slowly as possible to avoid accidental noise. To personnel with Delta 6 clearance, Blue 12 procedures are no longer in effect. Red 4 procedures now supersede all previous orders.
Do you need a pillow?
What?
A pillow for your head? You look really uncomfortable.
Sure. Thank you. Are you supposed to be talking to me?
It's okay. My dad told me not to, but he knows you're not bad. Guess how old I am.
I don't know.
Guess.
8?
I'm 9.5. My dad's gonna keep us safe, you know. I know he will. He's very important. He works for the government and helps them make friends.
Make friends?
Yeah. He and the ambassador go to Qatar to make friends there for the U.S.
He works for an ambassador?
Yep. Do you know what happens to people when they look at the things in the sky?
Yes, unfortunately.
I do too. I saw it when my mom looked out the window. After the phones all started beeping, she looked out the window and fell down. Her body got all shriveled.
I'm sorry you had to see that.
My dad cried. I never saw him cry before that. I cried too. That's my dad.
Hello, little one.
Hi, Dad.
Was everything okay here while I was gone?
Yep. I told Sharon about Mom.
Emil, we need to talk.
Okay. Saria, go listen to your music. Here, I brought you some new batteries.
But Dad, I want to...
Saria, please. Sharon and I have to talk about adult things.
Okay.
How are your wrists?
They would be a lot better if you uncuffed me.
Sharon.
What are the Red 4 procedures? What are the Red 4 procedures? And what are the Blue 12 procedures?
How am I supposed to know?
Emil, I'm former military. I'm also not an idiot. I don't know what those procedures entail, but I know their operational instructions. I've seen how your ears perk up when those instructions are broadcast, and you've disappeared a few times and returned with very few details about where you've been. I would assume you're not intelligence, and I know you're not military, so I need some answers. Now. Emil, the world has gone completely to shit. Billions of people are dead. Tell me what those messages mean.
About 10 years ago, I was translating for Homeland Security, and there was a call for volunteers for a new initiative. A joint venture between Homeland, CIA, FBI, the Pentagon, and, I don't know, a half a dozen other federal agencies. It was a chance to earn an extra paycheck, all for just a few weeks of training at Langley and being called on for specific instructions in case of disaster.
Bet you never planned on this.
No. It's safe to say that this was not one of the scenarios we trained for. I assumed I would never even be called upon. They gave us a variety of packages and instructions for how to use them. Blue 12 is prepare and hold all packages. Detonators, transmitters. Red 4 is deploy red package 4. All other orders superseded.
Detonators?
Yes. Some plans call for controlled demolition of strategic sites, but I don't know where or why. It's not my place to know. I'm only Delta 6, a foot soldier.
What was Red Package for?
A transmitter of some kind. I had to find an area close enough to the surface to activate it.
A detonator?
I don't know. I'm extremely low level in the organization.
So what now?
Now, I wait for my next instructions.
Wait. It's not safe here. We need to get out of here. We need to find somewhere safe.
I know it's not safe here. But I can't leave yet.
Well, I can. How much longer are you planning on holding me? You need to let me go.
Soon.
Soon.
I am sorry about all of this.
I'm sorry about your wife.
Thank you, Sharon.
So these things, they just came out of nowhere, from space?
Essentially, yes. We calculated their trajectory, and it showed them coming in from outside the solar system. The damage they have done to the planet's population is already considerable. But Emperor intends Japan to rise from the ashes and become the dominant power around the world.
There will be other survivors.
Of course. But they will more than likely be concentrating on agriculture to begin with. They will not interfere with our plans for several decades, by which time it will be too late.
And you've stored up enough food to make you the exception.
Not exactly, but Japan has always been reliant on the seas for the bulk of our nourishment. In the aftermath of this event, that will remain true. Japan's shores are replete with thousands of fully equipped ships ready to go. We just have to go and get them once the skies are clear.
Doesn't all this rest on the presumption that the skies will clear? That this will end, and shortly? What if it lasts years or never ends?
If that becomes the case, I've been assured there's an alternate plan.
You've been assured.
I'm afraid telling you the plan is above my authority.
Oh, that's bullshit.
I'm sorry you feel that way.
So is that it? I mean, the world ends, and simply because I'm cared for by someone who is important, I get to survive and others don't?
I'm afraid fate rarely indulges our sense of egalitarianism.
It's damn unfair. So what happens to me now?
Now that you've been medically cleared, you'll be discharged from the medical wing and escorted to the quarters you'll share with Yuriko. You'll begin a battery of skills and aptitude testing alongside the other companions who've been cleared, so we can find you something to do. You'll be a part of Japan's new empire, assuming you earn your keep.
And I suppose trying to contact my family or anyone outside this facility isn't a possibility.
Unfortunately not. The outside world cannot know what we are doing here.
You must have been contacted by other governments.
Of course. And we told them about the devastation happening here in Japan, which I assure you is significant. Millions are dead and the country is in chaos.
But you didn't tell them about this place, or your future plans.
I think you know the answer to that, Victor.
Please reestablish protocol. Containment is paramount.
No. This sort of event was never even conceived when this facility was built. There is no SOP, there is no protocol. Don't you understand? This is an exception to the rules, an aberration, a possibility unaccounted for.
Irrelevant. Please reestablish protocol. containment is paramount. If procedures are not reestablished in 1 minute, secondary sample elimination will occur.
There is no sample. There can't be. There is no way to study the phenomenon. We can't even look at it, much less capture it and analyze it.
Secondary sample elimination
No!
will occur in 45 seconds. Please reestablish protocol.
God damn it, we can't. There is no sample. There's nothing to contain. We can't open the doors. We can't look out the windows. We can't go outside. We can't leave. Please.
Secondary sample elimination will occur in 20 seconds. Please reestablish protocol.
I am telling you that compliance is impossible. There's no danger. Deactivate all elimination protocols now.
Secondary sample elimination protocol will be initiated in 10.
Oh, God, no! Stop it! Why don't you just fucking listen? Stop! Stop counting! Stop it! Oh, no!
This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming has been discontinued during this national emergency. Do not look outside. Do not look at the sky. Do not make noise. To personnel with Phi 1 clearance, be aware that the lantern is lit.
Fuck!
Dr. Alvarez?
This new broadcast, the lantern is lit. Fuck!
What does it mean?
It means that hands-on analysis of these things is now totally out of the question. That there's absolutely no way to isolate or contain one of those fuckers in the sky.
Well, we figured as much, Doctor. But we've collected a large amount of our own preliminary analysis. Autopsies, file analysis.
And everything we found is information we already have.
We could continue trying.
Mara, every corpse is the same. No blood, total dehydration, every single one, and we have no idea how they're doing it. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this.
Ma'am?
Secondary analysis. We have to conduct secondary analysis. It's our only hope.
I'm sorry, I don't follow.
This whole damn thing is a pain in the ass. Let's go. Excuse me. Can everyone please gather around for a moment? There's something important we need to discuss. You've all heard the emergency broadcasts, and I know there's been some discussion about what the cryptic messages at the end mean. I don't know anything about the Delta parts, but I do know what the Phi 1 part means.
How do you know?
How I know is not important right now. All that matters is that I do. Phi 1 is a contingency planning code meant for people like me, the heads of a few research facilities entrusted with finding answers in the face of unforeseeable disasters like this one. The lantern is lit means that a specific one of these facilities has been destroyed. What that means is that the job has fallen to us, and us alone, here, to find out just how these things in the sky kill.
Lucinda, we've already been working around the clock to try to isolate the cause of death, and nothing has been conclusive. What are we expected to do differently?
Well, Doctor, it's true that we've exhausted every post-mortem approach, but we can still try to isolate a cause through pre-mortem methods.
Pre-mortem?
Exposing a test subject to the phenomenon and recording every bit of information we can from the body as it dies.
Lucinda, we're out of lab animals. Even the mice are gone, much less more human-like animals like chimps, or animals with similar systems like pigs. Just how do you expect us to find anything out? Unless you're suggesting we sacrifice one of ourselves?
Yes, Lucas. That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
Are you fucking crazy?
I know. Please calm down. I know it's not what any of us want.
Of course it's not what we want.
But there's a whole world out there that's under attack from these things. People dying every day. All the while we sit in here comfortable and secure, twiddling our damn thumbs and finding nothing new since day one. Listen, I would certainly prefer just about any alternative. But if you could sacrifice yourself and end this for everyone, save them, maybe even find a way to prevent it from happening again, wouldn't you?
How would we go about deciding on who?
On who's gonna die tomorrow?
Well, the only thing I can think of that would be fair is to draw straws.
The Phenomenon is written and directed by Jared J. Smith, based on the novel The Phenomenon by R.K. Kadick. It's produced by Andrew Pomeroy and Jared J. Smith, and co-produced by Aiku Chakar Smith. Sound design and music by Andrew Pomeroy. This episode features the voices of Brianne Bushus, Donovan Christie Jr., Leslie Frey, Dai Ishiguro, Lara Lamberti, Gary Lee Mahmood, Alexander Moitzi, Danielle Mullen, Devin Nelson, Eva Smith, and Jason E. York. The Phenomenon is a production of Luciola Creative.